This is the Padua Podcast Network.
Start the day off. You got this, like each time. So that's what helps them. So whatever helps you get to your hydration goal, I think that'll work for you.
Running a Fever, episode 223, David Hernandez on hydration. Welcome to Running a Fever. My name is Michael Davis. This is a podcast about fitness, diet, and medicine, and this is sort of a combination report, a combination of fitness and medicine, because we're talking about hydration again. And when I interviewed David Hernandez, I wanted to get his take. We already know that he's a professional wrestler and a competitive bodybuilder. And he's also an avid runner. So I wanted to get his view on hydration, how important that is. So here we go. So as a competitive athlete, you're a bodybuilder and a wrestler, pro wrestler. So hydration's got to be important. How important is that to what you do?
Oh, it's very important. As soon as I wake up in the morning, let's just have a glass of water.
Everybody's dehydrated after sleeping, right?
Yeah.
You haven't had any water and you've been using all the water, right?
Yep. So I probably drink about 1.5 gallons a day. And everyone's like, that's a lot of water. And how do you finish it all? So my first gallon, when I wake up, I go work out, I already have a 1/2 gallon jug. Mm-hmm. I fill it up all the way, and I try to have it done by the time I get home. Mm-hmm. So while I'm in traffic, I would just start drinking at a stoplight. So then I'm pretty much set there. I just drink a lot there, and then when I get to work.
So that's what, 96 ounces?
Yeah, I think so.
64 plus 32. Yeah, 96. And how much do you weigh?
I weigh 180 right now.
Okay, so it's about 1/2 ounce for every pound. Mm-hmm. And I've heard that before. Mm-hmm. Is that how you reach that number, or?
No, I just thought 1 gallon. Everyone says 1 gallon is good enough. I'm like, okay, I'll do better than good enough. I'll do 1 gallon. Right. And actually, I sweat a lot. So. Oh, okay. So you lose a lot more, you think, then. So yeah, that's how I go at it. And then throughout the day, I don't even count my coffee. I don't count coffee. I don't count the tea. So I'm probably drinking more liquids than I think. So
when you're not preparing for a competition, what's kind of your high? Is that every day? Or
that's standard. That's what I do every day.
Yeah. Okay. And do you change when you're getting ready for like a show?
For the show, like the week of the show, I manipulate it. I let my coach tell me what to do then. He tells me exactly how much water I need to be dehydrated. Although there was that week of the show, it was on a Saturday, and I did have a wrestling match on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I did my show, I was dehydrated. After the show was over, I thought I drank enough water. The next day I did my wrestling show, my legs cramped up. And I had never felt that before. Like I jumped into the ring and my legs were gone.
And that's a big symptom of dehydration right there.
Yep. Yeah. Like they're not usable. I couldn't move them at all. So somehow. So our bodies are 70% water. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you've got to have it, right? And so for you, it actually had a physical consequence, especially since you're actually doing another big workout the next day. Yeah. So I felt it then. You actually get more vascularity, pump. Like when you work out, it's just overall better for you.
So is there a difference between hydrating? You just talked about back-to-back shows. Is there a difference between hydrating for wrestling and hydrating for bodybuilding?
No, it's about the same. It's train. You got to drink enough for your workouts. This is something I was told to in cross country when I was in high school. By the time you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Right. So don't even let yourself get to that point. Yeah. So that just always stuck with me when my coach told me that. And he was an Olympic runner, so I was like, he knows what he's talking about.
Oh yeah. Are heat-related? You talked about some outside shows. Are heat-related illnesses a risk in what you do?
Actually, yeah. My first show was outside, and it was pretty hot. But luckily, the sun was going down by the time we performed. In the summers when we're training, it's hot outside. It's like 90 something, right? Like in the summer when it's hot. And then we go into a warehouse and it's even hotter in there. So I could see it being a risk, but I think I hydrate enough. I don't know about the other guys, how they feel, but I feel fine. It's kind of like being in the sauna and working out in the sauna, but yeah, it's pretty.
You're already on top of it. You know, you're not getting thirsty. You're continually hydrating. So
there was one point in the summer, it was like the high 90s that I ran with me and my friends ran.
Right.
And normally like a 5-mile run is pretty easy for us, but that one we like struggled through it, and we're just like, man, because we normally run in the morning, so now when we decided to run in the afternoon, and we felt the difference of the heat. So,
you ever seen any of your sort of co-wrestlers, any of the other guys that have trouble, get dehydrated, have anything, get dizzy or anything like that?
No, I haven't. Luckily, I haven't. So
or get cramps like you did.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of them, I don't know, just comes to how hard you work, you know. I come to practice already sore, so it's a lot harder for me. You know, do you take BCAAs?
Yes.
So I do take BCAAs too. I also drink Gatorade Zeros for more electrolytes. Sometimes I do like lemon juice in my water. Pink Himalayan salt, just more to keep me, because if you can't just drink water, you need more than water.
And those things help you absorb water better. Is that correct?
So when I get tired of water, I just kind of give myself a break, and in between the waters, I drink those too. So
deal. So from before you started getting serious, what was your hydration back then, and how's it changed? When did it change?
Oh, well, you know, before I started even thinking about it, I don't think I drank that much water. And it's scary that
most people don't.
That's people now. Like, yeah. So I started off with I get like a quarter of a Gatorade Zero. And that was how I used to measure it. I drink one Gatorade of a quarter gallon or whatever. And I fill it up 4 times with water. And that was how I was tracking in my head. So I always tell people that to start there. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to carry a jug around. I'm like, okay, then get you a quarter and then fill it up 4 times. But to me, it was just hard to. I think people also, it's harder for people like, oh, that's 16 water bottles. That's a lot of plastic. Or I can't drink that many. 16's a big number. Yeah. So I just always tell them, like, just drink quarter and just knock it down. Buy an actual water bottle, you know.
Yeah, get a filter or something.
Yeah, my friends actually bought a gallon one that gives them a time frame and give them a little motivation, like, start the day off. You got this, like, each time. So that's what helps them. So whatever helps you get to your hydration goal, I think that worked for you.
Great. Is there anything you think, we're doing this whole series because I think it's really important, and I pretty much talk about hydration all the time. There's a whole like hydration report, hydration department in my podcast. So is there anything you think just everybody should know, whether it's for safety or performance, about hydration?
You know, growing up, they give you a little Gatorade when it says like the Carrie Fisher, some Fisher guy, some kid that dehydrated at a football practice.
Kendrick Fisher.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, you read his story and, you know, like, okay, well, it meant that much to his mom, you know. So I just take that story, and I just kind of think of like him and his story, and I don't really know any other people that were notable that got dehydrated. So,
that demonstrates how important it is.
Yeah.
You can actually die.
Yeah. So to me, I just think about that, you know. There's a reason why they gave him out in elementary, those water bottles. So
yeah.
So to me, that mom was successful in that, and it at least affected my life. That I couldn't remember his name, but for that moment. But
yeah, I hope I'm going to get to interview her, because that association, the foundation, is up in Rogers. Okay. So yeah, I guess that shows one thing that they're doing, right, and getting the word out. So that's good. Well, thanks, Dave, for taking your time out. I'm sure the listeners will really be interested in what you say. So.
Yeah, actually, I do want to say one more thing about the water. Some people are like, I don't like the taste of the water. I'm like, go buy some 0-calorie flavored, put it in there, and like, just exercise. If you exercise, you're going to want water. You're naturally going to want water. So to me, water is delicious on its own. Cold, room temperature. I love it either way. But sometimes I do put the flavoring in there. So that's my tip.
And when you have your supplements, do you have them with water usually, or?
Yep, with water. Yep. And I get supplements that taste good, like something a bit like cool.
Yeah, you told me about the peanut butter cereal one.
Pink lemonade, yeah, that's protein powder. But BCAAs, I just get flavors that I like. So.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, Michael.